Hello, my friends, family, esteemed colleagues. I am being asked quite often why I do not talk more about the EMF radiation or the Morgellon disease or in general the microbots, the nanotechnology that is affecting our health, that is being distributed through a variety of things, supposedly through food as well. And of course we have been told that during the season of flu, the special one, all the probes sticking deep in the nose, that this was lacing us with nanobots and stuff like this. And some people are disappointed that I don't pay more attention to this. Well, is there anything we can do about these things? Not really. Is it true what we are being told? Yes, but there are several different versions how this can be answered. We can accept what many fearmongers are talking about. I don't want to mention them by name because again I will be attacked as ignorant. But you know, there are people talking about how badly we are affected by the EMF through 5G towers. Then there are another one talking how even those who had not been made healthier, even they are full with nanobots. Even Alex Jones was shown that he has implants, and supposedly the military is all being marked with this technology, and that is that we are all basically affected, and this is stirring quite unease between people. Now, is that true? Well, we know that this was the plan. Actually, a huge amount of people were supposed to be healed by those and end up in a coffin. Well, it didn't happen. Do many people suffer from consequences? Yes, some people are dying. Happened here. But then, I know, because I've seen it, every single one individual, including children, received a lot of these health protectors, all of them, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, is everyone suffering? Few people did. Some cleansed. Some died, but not nearly as many. If we talk percentages, I don't know, maybe 2%, 3% here in the village. It is a lot of people. They should be alive, but they are not. Do a lot of people feel health problems? Well, those who are still walking around, I don't see it. If everyone is carrying those things in, then we should actually be able to see a little bit more than what is appearing. And on the other hand, even if that's true, and they had methods how to deliver the medicine to us even without being helped through medical intervention, then what good does it make to hype it up and talk about it? Actually, by doing so, we are doing more harm than good. Because if you don't have solution, then it's better not to talk about it. In the past, when I was a child, if somebody got cancer, which was very rare, then that individual with a cancer usually didn't even know that they have a cancer. Their caretaker, the guy who took care of them, family member, they were told, but strictly they were told not to tell the affected individual. Why? Because fear is our worst enemy. Even extremely healthy individual can become terminally ill in a matter of hours if they go into fear. And disease can actually occur because of fear. So discussing of fear-mongering between people, it's counterproductive. And this is why I don't talk about things that will cause fear. I usually discuss things I'm asked to discuss, and I try to get fear out of the equation by offering solution and explaining the problem in easily understandable way, so the fear can be controlled or maybe even eased or completely taken away. I have explained many times that fear makes brain hyperactive. Hyperactive brain draws huge amount of energy, which depletes the body of energy, and this is what lowers our immunity to toxic factors. And these toxic factors can be, or toxins, can be already in the body, they can be in our aura, or we can be in toxic field, being it the radiation from cell towers or your cell phone, being it the vapors of a gasoline in a gas station, being it toxicity of detergent when you are going through stupid market. We are exposed to a huge amount of toxins. Now, scaring people. I was told many times by my friends, Darko, talk more about detergent toxicity. Well, are people going to stop using detergent? They will not. Actually, even more toxic are fabric softeners. Well, if I talk about it, are people going to stop using fabric softeners? They won't. But they will be in fear. So, would I be doing anybody a favor by saying this? You want to know what is toxic? Go on the internet and put environmental toxins and you will get information up to gazoo. Actually, in medicine, every toxin is being called cancerogen, just to emphasize the danger of this toxicity. So everything what I call toxin, plant toxins for example, in medical field, right away, oh, plants have cancerogens. No, they are not cancerogens. They're frequencies which do not really work with our body, and how much influence they are going to have on it depends on your state of immunity. And the state of immunity has nothing to do with what we are being told in a school, with your white blood cells or immunoglobulins. This is all pure nonsense. None of it exists in a way as we are being told. Our bodies are made to adjust to any environment we are exposed to. And body is very good in adjusting genetically to this, but the change has to be slow. If you are suddenly exposed, body goes into defensive mode because it does not understand, and it locks in. And if you stay locked in for too long, you are not hydrating, your cells are not eliminating, you are becoming more and more toxic, and it is going to have impact. Same as if you are in a fear. Fear does the same thing, it locks you in. This is why we are always kept in fear. And by mentioning things that are bad for our health and we are exposed to, and we don't have tool how to protect ourselves. So what good does it make mentioning these things? It's just the opposite. It's better, don't think about it. I mentioned in maybe some of my articles or maybe in video, my experiences with people. Perfectly fine as long as they are not in fear. But as soon as they start thinking what may happen, because where they have to go, there may be a cell phone tower or maybe a little bit more electronic equipment, and they're aware of the influence of electromagnetic radiation on the body. They start feeling sick even before they even left to go to that place. The fear starts sucking their energy. And then as your voltage drops, your cellular vibration becomes unstable. And any toxin that is in your body already, or can be in your environment or in your aura, now is going to be able to shift this frequency. And as soon as cellular frequency shifts, you are going to feel it as a symptom of something, depending on cell that is affected and depending on the way the frequency changed. You are going to feel it in your body as some kind of a disagreement, being inflammation, being it pain, being it a rash, being it bleeding. Doesn't matter. It all depends on the frequency. And when we go to frequencies again, people go, oh, what frequency are you talking about? Electromagnetic impulse. Because the whole reality is created from it. You have a variety of frequencies that your brain as a receptor receives, and they are processed through processors, which are programs which are installed in your brain and in your cells, through which you manifest those frequencies as your reality, being it through light as a picture, being it through sense of smell as odor, being it through sound, being it through firmness, touch. But those are all only frequencies. And here we go again to the body. So what is this body? I say it's electronic robot that allows us to experience the creation that was done in quantum field, in field of frequency. And they say, well, was this quantum field baloney? Well, the quantum field, we know about it, but we have different names for it. One of them was ether, or some call it the dark mass. It's what you don't see, it's the universe. It's not empty, because if it's empty, then light could not go through it. Light is frequency. Vibration cannot be in by itself in a vacuum. It can only be transferred through a media, and that media is electromagnetic field. So the dark matter, the ether, is electromagnetic field through which the frequency is being transmitted. And it can be transmitted through, depending on the vibration and depending on our programming, it can be transmitted as a light, as a sound. Those are the most common. Or simply as electromagnetic frequency that we are not programmed to recognize, so we just don't have any experience of it. There are huge arrays of frequencies that they don't affect us because we are tuned to particular frequencies. And then if you can tune yourself into different musical scale, different frequency, completely new reality opens up for you. But then also your body has to be tuned to that different frequency field, so those frequencies can affect it. With your tune-up right now, why you cannot see extraterrestrial or the spaceships? They vibrate on different frequency. So you cannot sense them. But if you can raise your vibration and adjust your programs, then you can see them. You can communicate with them. And this is what is happening right now. Because of our eagerness, our will, we decided that we want to ascend. We want to go into realm of higher frequencies. So we are being helped by our family that has experiences on higher frequency, and they are beaming program activation codes into our frequency to make it easier for us to raise the frequency, adjust to what we called Christ consciousness. It's a particular scale of frequencies. There is a higher scale from this, and there are lower scale from where we are now. Once when we understand it's all about frequency, everything changes. And majority of us actually came from higher frequencies to help this process, because Gaia, Mother Earth, is also going to raise up. This is going to be first planet that is going to have characteristics of a star. It will be shining planet. And we, or those of us, or I don't know if I'm one of them, I'm hoping I am. So those who will also raise the frequency, they will start glowing because they will have strong light coming from within, because that's a different level of programming. Everything is going to change, and it is going to, the shift is happening in stages because it is a huge shift. And again, genetically, if we want to keep our bodies, we have to give time for the body to genetically adjust. And these codes are helping because our body assimilates them, and these codes are being sent through light. And this light, we call it plasma field, but it's through light. It hits the water, it is programming the water. So when you are drinking the illuminated water, it is changing your plasma in your body because you are 80% water. When you look at the sun, you are receiving it. But even if you don't look at the sun, your body is receiving the codes through skin, through breathing, through air you breathe. And you are going to receive way more if you put your intent into it, because we are the creators. And we create through intent. So you want to speed it up, then you make the intent. You agree to this. You say, yes, I submit to the process, I allow it, and intentionally I am reprogramming my body. It is good to do it when you sit or stand on the grass or with mud or river, because plants are going through the same thing. Mother Earth, Gaia, is going through the same thing. You connect consciously to Gaia and demand synchronization. I'm synchronizing my frequencies with Gaia, with Mother Earth. We are together ascending. And then be good and request this to be done to those who are not conscious of this, to wake them up so then they can make their decision, because nobody can go anywhere unless they decide to do so. But if you don't know your options, how can you decide? So it is good to know or wake up and be more aware of the time you live in. The 3i Atlas, there's a spaceship. It is sending activation codes to Earth and to the Sun, because Sun is accelerator, an amplifier. So it will have a stronger impact what Sun sends, but it's being influenced to do so. And this is done not because our astral family wants this to be done, it's because we requested it to be done and we asked for help. Many of us are not aware that this is happening because all we need is certain percentage of people to do the request, and it is good enough for help to be given, because nobody can help us unless we request it. So instead of looking for problem and trying to see in which way we are being poisoned and who is poisoning us and why and how much are they poisoning us, yeah, okay, well, it's good to know that this is happening, and that gives you way more reasons why not to want to remain in a situation like this when you don't have control over your reality, and demand freedom. And this is what we are doing. We want to be free. We never ever needed license for anything. We never ever needed permit for anything we were doing. Until recently, recent 100 and some odd years, all of a sudden you need license to own a horse. Your motorcycle is your mechanic horse. You need to license. You need license to ride it. You never need a license to ride a horse, but motorcycle, why? Because of control. They decide who will be allowed to do it and who will not. And how you can ride it, and how fast you can ride it. And you need to have a helmet if you ride it. Why, if I don't want to? Well, it saves your life. That's my problem. It's not your problem. Well, the insurance company, so don't give me insurance. If I don't wear a helmet, don't give me insurance. But why would I be punished if I don't want to drive with a helmet? Personally, I think you are a moron if you are driving a motorcycle without a helmet. But that's besides the point. So, we are now in process of awakening. And you have a lot of religious people that are aware of that, what's happening. But if you talk about Christians, they're waiting for Savior to come and take them. Why do you need someone when the awakening is not coming from above? Awakening is coming from within. We are being radiated so we can awaken from within. Christ consciousness is not out there. It's in here, in here, in the body. It's Christ consciousness. It has to wake up. Why do you need permit from someone else? Why do you need to belong to organization to be able to do this? You don't. You can be Australopithecus and you can do that. You can be Aborigine, you can do that. Yes, we are going through Christ consciousness. Why? Because this is what we call it. This station, this frequency, where we are going now, the fifth dimensional field. This is called Christ consciousness, and that's where we are going. It's not some man coming down and saying, I am a Christ and I'm going to take you children of my sheep with me, you freaking sheep. I'll take you my sheep. I'm not nobody's sheep, and I don't kneel for nobody. Because everything there is within. At the same time, many of us want to see justice. And same is with Christians. They know that Christ offered another cheek. But yet we want to see people hanged. Oh, they did bad to me, hang them. They did bad, jail them forever and ever, cook them, fry them, whatever. Why? Who cares what happened? If you care about it, you are going back into the wheel. You are spinning around. Your karma is coming back at you. It's time to pardon, to forgive. You cannot forget, but you can forgive. And forgive from the heart. Why from heart? Because you have to be sincere. That you do not operate anymore from here. That you operate from heart. And heart is forgiving. Heart is your creator. your God, your Jesus. It's a unity. So it is time to slowly start forgetting about healing modalities. Medbed. Yes, medbeds will be here, but why not to heal ourselves? If you start understanding that you are the creator, and this whole process now of us being lifted up is to make us aware of who we are, and then we can create anything we want to create. So you can create your life the way you want it to experience it. Now, if your experience want to be to see someone hang, well, you did not progress very much. It's irrelevant. And I think that whiteheads or Q or whatever we want to call them, this is divinely controlled, because they are not putting in our face details. A lot of things have been cleaned already. People that did not want to wake up have been eliminated if they were doing bad deeds. But is it going to heal you seeing somebody hang that did you wrong? It's not going to heal you. It always leaves even more bitter taste in the mouth. So the time has come to start understanding it's all about frequency, it's all about vibration. It's electromagnetic vibration. Brain is transducer. It can receive, but it can also transmit. And through imagination, we are creating. So you want to heal, you want to be healthy. Just imagine yourself healthy. But imagining, it means the whole way. When you are sick, you are feeling everything about the sickness. You feel the lack of energy, you feel the nausea, you feel the blurred vision, you feel the headache, you feel terrible, you're sweating. All these are parts of feeling sick. Now, if you're healthy, you feel radiant, you feel happy, you feel energized. So, if you want to manifest or create your healthy body, you have to imagine yourself being healthy, but not through wish. Oh, I wish I was healthy. Okay, how come I'm not healthy? I'm visualizing myself healthy. You're not visualizing jack squat. Visualization means all above. You actually have to feel it. You have to feel that you're healthy. You have to feel the excitement, the happiness, the lightness. Well, it's not easy, right? When you feel miserable. This is why conquering one's ego is the most difficult thing. And this is why I'm teaching how to benefit ourselves through hydration, allowing body detox, because this is how body heals itself. So I'm giving you tools how you can, through correct diet and correct hydration, you can help your body to do what it is programmed to do, to maintain itself, repair itself, and be healthy. But can we do it other ways? Because whenever you start empowering your body will then go through process of detox. It is going to start eliminating all these frequencies that are not really resonating well within the body. And it's being those are being eliminated through those three organs: kidneys, mucosal tissue, inner skin, and outer skin. And then you have symptoms of elimination. Being it sweating, being it dark, smelly urine, being it diarrhea, being it skin lesions, being in bleeding. Different ways how body will eliminate those frequencies. And to eliminate them, it needs plasma, because this is physically how it takes them out, or through breath. Some go through breath as well. And it's not pleasant. And whenever body is eliminating, we have these symptoms, and then we pronounce ourselves sick. And we need healing remedies, which prevent body from healing, because body goes into self-preservation mode, because they're all toxic. All plants are toxic. I mentioned before that in my last ayahuasca 2 years ago, I was shown that there is part in me which is toxic, and I should stop with ayahuasca and I should focus on detox, which I did. And then it also showed me the same with my ayahuasquera, Christine, the shaman. And when I told it to her, and she said, yeah, well, I'm going to do my plant fasting, cleansing. And I told her, that's not really what is going to do the job, because they are all toxic. You have to actually get rid of plants, even ayahuasca for a while, and just detox. And she didn't want to hear it. She said, no, ayahuasca tells me everything. This is not true, because you are completely conscious with ayahuasca. If you are conscious, which means your ego is right there, and it always interferes. And you ask questions, well, if ego gives you answer, you are not going to have the true answer. You will have answer of what you wanted to hear. And I have mentioned that vegans receive, if they ask what they should eat, they are being told, eat vegetables. If carnivore asks what I should eat, they are being told, eat meat. So both of them cannot be the optimal food, because they need different processing, digestive systems. So it's, and last 2 years, I did a lot of cleansing, even lost some hair. Vision is blurry still. I'm still driving, but much slower. Cannot pass, I'm afraid. Okay, so I'm still having symptoms because I'm still cleansing. My ayahuasca didn't want to hear about it. All of a sudden she started bleeding through stool. And partially it was hemorrhoids, but then also there was right near rectum, there was a growth. And again, when I told her, look, you should cleanse, please allow me, follow. So she started a little bit, then she got diarrhea, and the bleeding slows down a little bit. And next day we see her preparing potatoes. And Ella asks, Christine, why potatoes? Potatoes are good. My grandfather was eating potatoes all his life. And now, then things got worse again. So now she is with some shaman in the jungle. They're on 2-week healing retreat with plants again. Because supposedly he can heal cancers. I have my doubts, because I would not be informed to tell her what to do if this wouldn't be what she actually has to do. And she is so much in tradition, not able to let go. And I'm afraid that she'll not make it. We have to be able to control our ego and not to submit to it. Control it. But some people simply cannot do it, and it is the most difficult thing is to control the ego. Many people now are in hope, medbeds. Yes, medbeds, technology will help. But why wait? When you can make medbed out of every chair, out of every bed, through intent, the only thing is that you have to have unconditional faith that this is going to happen, that the space is going to vibrate the way that your body needs to feel it to heal. Is it going to vibrate this way? Yes. Are you going to heal? Depends on your faith. And again, I have tested this many times. 13 years ago, I was capable to make a vortex of any frequency I decided. And then it would be measured and vortex was there. And I showed that everybody can do that through intent. So if you want to heal yourself through intent, what you have to do is use your brain as a transmitter of the frequencies that will then affect your programming and adjust your reality. You don't have to know the frequency by number, because the frequency is going to be manifested through a processor, and you know the manifestation that you want to have. You want to have beautiful white teeth. Okay, think of it. Visualize beautiful white teeth. That's one. Visualize beautiful skin. Okay, visualize beautiful skin. Of this color, that color, visualize that color. You want beautiful hair. Visualize the hair. Visualize try to imagine the thickness of the hair, the feel of the hair, the smell. Try to visualize smell, the pheromones of the body that you want to have. You have to start reproducing all the frequencies necessary for your manifestation. The better you are at it, the better results you are going to have. Right now it is still extremely difficult because of the old programming, but this radiation that we are receiving is helping us to also cleanse these things out, and this is why we feel sick. This is why we start having problems like we had before, even after we were following protocol for a while. All of a sudden, again, symptoms and cleansing. Yes, because we have to deconstruct all the stuff from before so the new programs can be activated. The programs have been installed already. They just have to be activated. You cannot activate it as long as the old program is running because it's a conflict. And it's happening little by little and subtle. Just yesterday when I took a deep breath and all of a sudden I realized that duality is our creation. Because consciousness is one, singularity. So you don't want duality, don't create it. You want unity, create unity. Think about it. Think of love, not for yourself only, but for others. You cannot love nobody unless you love yourself. So you start from yourself. You visualize a light in your heart and expand it. Expand it over to your family, expand it to your village, expand it to your city, expand it to your country, expand it to your planet and beyond. Expand it. You can. Because the whole reality you experience is your creation. You are the creator. You are not made in the image of a God. We have created God in our image. That's a difference. There is a lot of truth in the Bible. Unfortunately, it is upside down. Like everything Kabbalah touches, it puts it upside down. So all the messages which are there are actually contrary. Jesus is not coming to save us. We are going to where Jesus is. And do you need Jesus to take you there? You don't. But if your ego is in fear and it calms you down knowing that there is someone helping you, being it Jesus, God, Allah, Krishna, Vishnu, whoever, if you have faith, positively looking at things, they are going to help you. Simply by taking fear away, they are helping you. You are helping yourself. Well, maybe what I'm saying sounds strange to you. Maybe a few years ago will be sounding strange to me as well. But we are awakening. There is nothing new. We are awakening to our true potential. And we are freeing ourselves from slavery. And everything will change. For some people little, for some people more, and for some people it will be completely different world that we cannot even imagine yet. Because we don't even think we can do something like this, but we are doing it. Not that we can, we are doing it. And all it takes is your consent. And your approval of it. You have to want to do things. Nothing happens without your will. Nothing. Medbeds are great, but you will get way more out of medbed if you know more about yourself, because then you can also have your input with the brain. It is going to help manifesting. So all you have to do when you are medbed is put thought of yourself when you were young. And this frequency will be incorporated with medbed technology, and it is going to be manifested through you. So you will have way more benefits of medbed than someone who are deadly afraid of a disease and only wishes to get rid of the disease. So this will be done. But why to limit yourself? Why not to get most out of it? So more you know, the more you can implement, and with help of technology, this is extraterrestrial technology, it is going to help be of benefit. You will achieve more. The more you're aware, the more you do yourself. Okay, my friends, enough blabbering. It is more and more difficult for me to do videos because I get tired from all this work I'm doing. Not only video, they take a lot out of me, but also I'm 3 times daily. I'm helping manifestation, I'm helping connecting with Mother Earth and helping the process. And we should do, everyone should do it. Take your time from your busy schedule and devote it for benefits of yourself and planet Earth and people around you. Learn to love everyone. Think from heart. Before you explode, somebody did something wrong to you. Before you explode, take a deep breath, center in the heart, put a smile on your face before you respond. And your response is going to be way different than what would happen if you impulsively unleash your ego. Okay, my friends, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening, participating. Love you all. Namaste. God bless us.